supposed to learn here? How am I supposed to evolve here?
Now, one thing I like doing on the podcast is making it really, trying to extrapolate from incredible people's lives like yourself, some practical lessons in that sphere, because I feel either, if you're watching this or listening to this, you're either on drugs and you've had the same experience. I know plenty of people who feel that way, so definitely there's that group of individuals. And then there's a group of people that just kind of feel that way just because. They've realized, well, I don't want to be this can't be all there is. And then there's a group of people who are just like, oh, well, actually, that's too far for me to even think about. I'm not even there yet. You know, but when you do make that step and you start having, originally, like you said, you don't have a guru or sage to tell you, oh, that's a good feeling. You started having these feelings. What's the next thing you do? Like, what do you do from there? Where do you go?
Start with the possibility of happiness, I feel. I don't agree with, whilst you and I have talked before about asceticism, you know, and denial of pleasure, I feel like the possibility that you can be happy is an interesting thing to invite, because I think a lot of people just think, well, this is life is miserable, my mum was beat up by my dad, this isn't me personally, I'm just making this example up, you know, like I've only ever known misery. This, like, you have to overcome that idea. Even the fact that the possibility of happiness exists conceptually in your consciousness is the possibility of its realization. Then I feel like you have to accept that you have a problem, i.e. something that you want to alter and change. Then you have to accept that there is a way of doing it. This is where a mentor is useful, in the hope that change is possible. Then you have to be willing to accept help. And I think that can work with any situation, something as evident, chronic and severe as drugs or serious eating disorder, or something like, oh, I don't like my job anymore, or I don't want to say those kind of things. Say me, if I like, you know, if I think, maybe I agree with Jay that I don't want to swear, maybe I think it's bad, then now I know you don't do it, so I think, is it working for Jay? I'll try that, you know. So that's an example of how something that's a potential for improvement, it could be deployed in my life, and I'll maybe try it out and I'll be aware of it and see if it works for me, you know. So in a sense, like, I'm not too, don't be married to the negative aspects of your self-belief. You know, if you don't like something, you can't. Don't you find you talk to people sometimes and they go, yeah, but I can't change. I'm always like this. Life's like this.
Yeah.
And like, or someone I spoke to and he goes, yeah, but I don't believe in God in that way. I believe God's in relationships. I goes, yeah, but you're not happy. So fuck your belief. Excuse my language. You know, if your belief's not working for you, let's try something else.
Yeah.
Let's try something else.
Yeah.
If it's working, then crack on.
I love that point about the openness to happiness. And